speaking in English too. Apparently, we're so many here. So when I first, thank you. When I first received this invitation, I was saying to myself, it's like, what should I be saying to definitely an audience of entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs? And I thought of something one of the things that I'm doing basically that is very different, tackling the heritage. And what we're trying to do, myself and other people, is... Oops, how can I get it back? This one. Yes. Is it working? No? Yes. So yeah, sorry for that. So I thought at the beginning that heritage is something very boring. We don't enjoy it. We all hate the history class in school. We hate the teachers, and we don't like that, and it's boring, and we don't need it. So I thought it was something that I should tackle because I like history, and I like heritage, and especially in Tunisia after 2011, we started to see a different mindset happening in the country. So I said, like, okay, what's happening in there? And to my knowledge, there was no initiative basically taken by women. So I said, it's my field. It's a challenge that I will start. And that challenge actually started with... Oops. I'm not very good with that. Okay. So yeah, apparently it skipped one of the slides. Well, my challenge was basically to make heritage more friendly for people for my age, but even younger, to make people embrace their identity and their history. And what we started with basically is Googling everything around us. Googling Tunisia, Googling the places that we organize tours to, those places like Carthage or El Jem or Salaqta, all of those places where we go sometimes for vacation, we go to visit museums, but then we get so bored and we don't interact. So we started to document that. We started to do tours, basically revive and give skills, new skills to students or volunteers to learn about their country and to learn about how to basically promote the country. And then it happened that there was a contest, a photo contest in Wikipedia, in the Wikipedia world. That contest is basically about adding pictures about monuments. And we said, like, okay, how many pictures do we have? Google. No pictures in many places, in many monuments, in many archaeological sites. So we basically started to document. In every tour that we did, we documented by pictures, and we donated those pictures to Wikimedia Commons. Wikimedia Commons is a sister project to Wikipedia, and it did not stop there. So basically, we did something else. We started within Carthagina, myself and the co-founders, to have the first Wikimedian in residence in Tunisia, in Africa, basically. She's a woman. She was working in a library. And again, it's like the boring story of like being in a library. What to do is to use the technology to document the maps of Tunisia, the books that talk about Tunisia, and the images that are in public domain, to document them, put them in Wikimedia Commons, in Wikisource, and give this knowledge to the world, to Tunisians and to the academia. So yeah, and everyone, when we start saying about, like, we document heritage with Wikipedia, they say like, oh, coding, that's not our thing. We cannot do it, we cannot code, we don't understand. Coding is not for women, coding is not for youth. So what we try to do is like, so what we try to do basically is to change that into using the technology and making it very visible, making it usable for people, and gathering them, edit Wikipedia in a different way, to show them the way, and to show them that it's doable. you don't have to be a coder, you don't have to be a developer to do it. And in this specific picture, I'm not like fan of myself, but this picture has different nationalities actually. It's a project that we started 4 years ago, and it's called MedinaPedia. It's making the Medina of Tunis a smart city. And those are volunteers from Japan, from Libya, from all over Tunisia, from different cities of Tunisia. They gathered once every month to add images and pictures, images and maps and articles about Tunisia. So now we have the first smart city that has content online, but also has QRpedia code signs in front of monuments. So we started that, and MedinaPedia is going over all over the place in Tunisia. We moved from Tunis to the Medina to document Habib Bourguiba Avenue, to document, we're trying to document Bni Khaled, for example, as like a small village that has really lack of sources, Sfax as well. And then the thing is, it's not all fun. It's not all like pink. Documenting heritage is not easy. So what we're trying basically to do is to fight some of the old school people, let's say, those who don't understand technology, those who are not opening doors for us. It's not easy, for example, to host those editathons or those workshops, or it's not easy even to access some monuments and to go to their places to take pictures. Sometimes we struggle to do that. And sometimes as a woman leading a team, it's not easy for me to go around and to basically talk to some people in the ground in some villages in Tunisia. We have that mentality. They prefer not to talk to me, but to talk to the men in my team. Although I'm the leader of the team, they always tend to talk to the men, not to the women. And adding to that, it's like one of the challenges was that we were a bunch of young people. We started Carthagina when we were like, the average age was 25, 26 years old. So for everyone was like, why we're dealing with people like that? You're so young, you don't understand anything. No, heritage is not that. Heritage should not be taken. How can you take heritage to technology? How can you do tours and document heritage and promote heritage using Instagram, for example, or using Foursquare? I don't know who uses Foursquare, but we use marathons basically to make people see the monuments around the Medina they cross every day and they cannot recognize. So we challenged people, and for many people, they did not really want to authorize us and to give us those authorizations. Those authorizations basically to enter some monuments. One of the other challenges is like sometimes we take everything for granted, and sometimes we end up with losing heritage. So for us, our mission is to document and to do as much as we can. So for example, I think some of you might know this. There was a big case of Beit al-Hikmah, where this palace, like people, they were frightened when they saw the monarchy symbol basically taken down from Beit al-Hikmah. And it was like a big thing. It went on social media, it went viral, but the good thing is that because we're moving, we're not only Carthagina, we're a bunch of associations trying to move things and trying to negotiate and document that we got access to basically advocate for this. And we're very, very lucky to have like a good administration that brought back the symbol again. But the good thing is that we will have access to I'm losing my language. We'll have access to the maquette of it to put it online under Creative Commons license again. No? Okay. So I had other slides, but they're not here. Other things, like the good thing about it is, as much as we receive challenges, and especially in this, let's say, niche sector. It's not easy to knock on some doors or to convince people that heritage could be documented and digitized, as much as we create a lot of fun. And sometimes we were like just people they did not believe in like funding us or giving us like sponsors or giving us the opportunity to do some work, but in some cases we had to use our own cars, we had to use our own resources. But at the end, what matters is that, for example, for the Wikimedian in Residence project, we have more than 4,000 images of maps and books uploaded under Creative Commons license. For the MedinaPedia project, we have more than 3,000 images added in that project and more than 500 articles in different languages, in more than 11 languages about Tunisian monuments in the Medina of Tunis. Now we have thousands of images. We have cities in Tunisia that are documented, and when you Google them, you don't find news about terrorist attacks, you don't find news about politics in Tunisia, but you would find free images to use by media and international outlets and by travelers to see how my country, our country would look like. Thank you so much.